Welcome back, Numisma Hub. Imagine finding a $quarter so rare it could pay off your house. Sounds impossible. Think aging today. We're diving into the fascinating of the four of the most valuable U.S. quarters ever found. First up, 1967 United States $quarter, a coin that marked a turning point in American coinage. From the end of silver in everyday change to the rise of the special mint set, this quarter holds more than just monetary value. It holds a piece of U.S. history. Let's uncover the legacy of this iconic coin together. The 1967 United States $quarter is one of the most widely circulated coins in American history. It holds both numismatic and historical value, especially given its context in the post-silver era. The design, the obverse of the 1967 quarter, features a portrait of George Washington, the first president of the United States. This design was created by John Flanagan and first appeared in 1932. The reverse design. The reverse shows an eagle with outstretched wings, perched on a bundle of arrows with olive branches beneath, symbolizing both strength and peace. No mint mark. Unlike most other coins, the 1967 quarter does not carry a mint mark. This was due to special regulations during the coin shortage of the 1960s. Composition changed before 1965. Quarters were made of 90% silver. By 1967, the composition had changed to a copper-nickel clad, with no silver content. The coin shortage. The early 1960s, the U.S. experienced a coin shortage caused by silver hoarding. This led the government to remove silver from dimes and quarters starting in 1965. Clad Coinage Act of 1965. The Coinage Act of 1965 authorized the minting of clad coins. This legislation directly influenced the design and production of the 1967 quarter. The role of the Treasury Secretary of the Treasury, Henry H. Fowler, announced the changes in coinage, supporting the transition to base metals to meet public demand. Special mint set SMS in place of proof sets. The U.S. Mint released special mint sets from 1965 to 1967. The 1967 SMS quarter has a shinier finish and better strike quality. Minting volume over 1.5 billion. 1967 quarters were struck an incredibly high mintage aimed at resolving the coin shortage. Mints involved, although no mint mark was used. Quarters were produced in Philadelphia and Denver, and possibly at San Francisco for SMS purposes. Weight and dimensions. The 1967 quarter weighs 5.67 grams, has a diameter of 24.3 millimeters, and is 1.75 millimeters thick. Edge designer. Edge is reeded, featuring 119 tiny grooves, which helps deter counterfeiting and adds a tactile feel. Public reaction. Many people disliked the loss of silver in the coins, feeling the new coins were cheaper and less prestigious. Tot collector interest. Initially, 1967 quarters weren't popular among collectors due to their abundance, but certain varieties and high-grade SMS coins now attract attention. Varieties in errors. Some 1967 quarters are known for double dies, off-center strikes, and planchet errors. These can be more valuable to collectors. SMS cameo and deep cameo. Spatial mint sets occasionally show cameo and deep cameo effects, increasing their numismatic value. Circulation usage. The 1967 quarter remained a workhorse coin and was heavily used in vending machines, payphones, and daily transactions. Longevity. Many 1967 quarters remain in circulation today, a testament to the durability of the copper-nickel clad design. Historical context. The quarter was minted during a time of major cultural and political upheaval in America: Vietnam War, Civil Rights Movement, and economic transition. Coin collecting boomed. The 1960s saw a rise in coin collecting, which led to hoarding and indirectly caused the mint to change its practices. Impact on future coinage. The success of the 1967 quarter helped solidify the copper-nickel clad formula for all future U.S. coins of similar denominations. No proof sets. The U.S. Mint paused proof set production from 1965 to 1967. Thus, 1967 quarters have no true proof versions, making SMS coins more special. Investment values. Circulated 1967 quarters are only worth face value, but uncirculated SMS coins or rare error coins can fetch higher prices. High-grade coins. Graded examples in MS67 or higher, especially from SMS sets, are rare and can be worth $50 to $100 depending on market demand. Public education. Government launched campaigns to reassure the public that clad coins held the same value and legal tender status. Transition period. The 1967 quarter represents the midpoint of the 1965-1967 transition from silver to base metal coins. Influence on design stability. The continued use of the Washington design through 1967 and beyond solidified its place in American numismatics. Legacy. Though common, the 1967 quarter symbolizes an important monetary shift in U.S. history, making it more than just pocket change. Conclusion. Whether you're a collector, historian, or casual observer, the 1967 U.S. $quarter reflects a pivotal era in American coinage, an iconic coin born from economic necessity and lasting innovation. Next up, Introduction. The 1984 United States $quarter is a coin rich in American history. Struck at the Denver Mint, it continues the long legacy of the Washington Quarter series, first introduced in 1932. Historical background: the Washington Quarter was originally introduced to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. It replaced the standing Liberty Quarter. Designer information: the obverse front design featuring George Washington was created by John Flanagan, an accomplished sculptor. His design was chosen from among several entries in a national competition. Obverse design details: the obverse features a left-facing profile of George Washington. Above his head is the word Liberty, and below it is the year 1984. Motto on obverse: the phrase, "In God We Trust," is inscribed to the left of Washington's portrait, a long-standing tradition in American coinage. Reverse design: the reverse shows an eagle with outstretched wings perched on a bundle of arrows with olive branches beneath, symbolizing strength and peace. Motto on reverse: above the eagle is the motto E pluribus unum, meaning out of many, one. The top reads United States of America, and the bottom $quarter mint mark. Explanation: the letter D, located on the obverse, near Washington's ponytail, signifies the Denver Mint, where this coin was struck. Mintage 1984. Over 546 million $quarter were produced at the Denver Mint, making it one of the more common coins of that year. Coin composition: the 1984D quarter is made of a clad composition, 91.67% copper and 8.33% nickel. The coin has a pure copper core with a copper-nickel outer layer. Coin specifications: the coin weighs 5.67 grams, has a diameter of 24.26 millimeters, and features a reeded edge, meaning it has small grooves along the edge. Circulation purpose: these quarters were produced for general circulation, used in everyday transactions like parking meters, vending machines, and cash payments. Condition matters: the value of a 1984D quarter depends heavily on its condition. Coins in circulated condition are generally worth face value, but uncirculated or error coins can command more. Grading scale overview: coin grading services, PCGS and NGC rate coins on a 70-point scale. Mint state MS grades of 65 and above are sought after by collectors. Common errors: some rare error varieties from the 1984D quarter include off-center strikes, die cracks, doubled dies, and clipped planchets. Doubling errors: doubled die obverse DTO errors show slight duplication of design elements. If found on Liberty or Washington's eye, these can increase the value substantially. Market value of error coins depending on severity and visibility. Errors like DDO or off-center strikes can range from $25 to over $200, even in circulated condition. Uncirculated coin value: an uncirculated 1984D quarter graded MS65 or higher can fetch $10 to $50, while Ms. 67 plus examples are worth even more. Full strike desirability: collectors look for fully struck coins, especially with strong details in the eagle's feathers and Washington's hair. Weak strikes are less desirable. Packaging and rolls of many 1984D quarters were saved in original mint rolls or bags. Original bank-wrapped rolls can be collectible today. Collector interest: although it's not a rare coin, collectors of Washington quarters or those assembling full date and mint mark sets often include the 1984 DI. Popularity among beginners: this quarter is a common starting point for beginner coin collectors due to its affordability and historical significance. Influence of inflation in terms of purchasing power: the 1984 quarter had more value at the time of issue compared to today, a reminder of how inflation affects currency. Educational use: 1984D quarters are often used in classrooms and educational kits to teach students about U.S. currency and history. Coin shows and auctions: you might find high-grade or error examples of 1984D quarters at coin shows or online auctions, like eBay or heritage auctions. Misconceptions about value: some people mistakenly believe all old coins are worth a fortune. In reality, only rare varieties, errors, or pristine grades add premium value. Counterfeit awareness: while it's uncommon, there have been reports of counterfeit error coins. Always buy from reputable dealers if you're investing. Cleaning: clean a coin, especially a potentially valuable one. Cleaning reduces collector value and is discouraged in the coin collecting community. Legacy of the 1984D quarter: this coin represents a stable period in U.S. mint history. It continues to circulate widely and reminds us of American craftsmanship and heritage. Final thoughts: the 1984D Washington quarter may be common in circulation, but with a sharp eye you could find a valuable error or mint state gem. It's a great addition to any U.S. coin collection. Next up, introduction. The 1988D quarter is a significant coin in the timeline of United States coinage. Struck at the Denver Mint, it features the iconic Washington quarter design and reflects the rich history of American numismatic. Background: the Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. The design proved so popular that it became a regular issue. Obverse design: the obverse front of the 1988 quarter features a left-facing portrait of George Washington, designed by sculptor John Flanagan. It includes inscriptions, Liberty in God We Trust, and the mint, year 1988. Reverse design. The reverse back of the coin displays a heraldic eagle with wings spread, clutching arrows and olive branches. Above the eagle are the words United States of America and E pluribus unum, with $quarter below. Mint mark D. The D mint mark under Washington's ponytail indicates the coin was minted in Denver, Colorado. The Denver Mint is one of the major facilities of the U.S. Mint. Metal composition of the 1988D quarter is made from a cupronickel copper-nickel clad. Composition 91.67% copper and 8.33% nickel, bonded to a pure copper core. Diameter and weight. The coin has a diameter of 24.26 millimeters and weighs 5.67 grams, consistent with standard clad Washington quarters. Edge. It features a reeded edge 119 reeds, which helps deter counterfeiting and adds to its visual appeal. Mintage figures. In 1988, the Denver Mint produced a substantial number of quarters, 596,810,688 to be exact. This high mintage means most 1988D quarters are common. Circulation. Used. The 1988D quarter was struck for everyday use and circulated widely across the United States. It was used in vending machines, toll booths, and daily transactions. Economic background. 1988 was a period of relative economic growth in the U.S., marked by consumerism and stable coin production. Coin demand was high due to economic expansion. Political context. This coin circulated during the presidency of Ronald Reagan, a time of strong national identity and reflected in the traditional eagle imagery. Artistic significance. Flanagan's design remained largely unchanged since 1932, representing the enduring legacy of America's founding fathers. Coin collecting popularity. While not considered rare, the 1988D quarter is often collected as part of a complete Washington quarter set from 1932 to 1998. Common grades. Most 1988D quarters found in circulation are in grades between fine F12 and extremely fine XF40. Mint state MS examples exist but are less common. Mint state value. In uncirculated condition MS65 or higher, a 1988D quarter can be worth $5-15, depending on quality, luster, and absence of contact marks. Errors and varieties. Some error coins exist, such as off-center strikes, die cracks, and double dies. These can fetch higher prices depending on rarity and severity. Double die errors. Collectors search for double dies on the obverse or reverse lettering. If found, such errors could significantly raise a coin's value. Off-center strikes. An off-center strike, especially 5% to 15% off on a 1988D quarter, may be worth $2,100 or more to error collectors. Die chips and cuds. Minor die chips or cuds. You can also add small premiums to otherwise ordinary coins. Full strike importance. A well-struck example, where all design elements are sharply defined, is more desirable and valued among collectors. Grading services. Coins submitted to grading services like PCGs or NGC can fetch more on the market if they receive high mint state grades. Modern collector interest. Collectors interested in modern U.S. coinage often include 1988D quarters in day 10 mint collections or typesets. Bulk rolls and bags. Dealers may sell 1988D quarters in unsearched rolls or bags. Searching these can be a fun treasure hunt for varieties or high-grade pieces. Investment value. Though common high-grade examples or those with rare errors can be a low-cost low-risk investment for new collectors. Historic continuity. The 1988D quarter connects a long line of Washington quarters and is a precursor to the 50-state quarters program launched in 1999. Not silver unlike pre-1965 quarters. The 1988D quarter does not contain any silver. It is entirely clad and holds no intrinsic metal value. Circulation longevity. Many 1988D quarters are still in circulation today, over 35 years later, showcasing their durability and utility. The legacy of the Washington quarter. The 1988D stands as one of the last few years before the major redesign of the Washington quarter series in the late 1990s. Final thoughts. Although the 1988D quarter may seem ordinary, its place in American coin history, combined with potential error varieties and high-grade examples, makes it an exciting find for hobbyists and collectors alike. Next up, introduction. The 1996 P quarter dollar, also known as the Washington quarter, is a significant coin in American numismatics. It was minted as part of the long-standing Washington quarter series, which started in 1932. Historical context. Washington quarter was introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. It replaced the standing Liberty quarter. Designer information. The obverse of the quarter features a left-facing portrait of George Washington, designed by sculptor John Flanagan. This design remained largely unchanged for decades. Obverse details. The obverse includes the inscriptions, "Liberty in God We Trust," the mint mark P, and the date 1996. Reverse design. The Reverse side of the 1996 quarter features an eagle with outstretched wings perched on a bundle of arrows, with olive branches beneath. It symbolizes strength and peace. Mint mark P. The P mint mark represents the Philadelphia Mint, which produced the majority of 1996 quarters mintage figures in 1996. The Philadelphia Mint produced 925,040,000 Washington quarters, making them quite common in circulation. Metal composition: the 1996 P quarter is composed of 91.67% copper and 8.33% nickel, a clad composition that started in 1965 after silver was removed from quarters coin diameter and weight. This coin has a diameter of 24.3 millimeters and a weight of 5.67 grams, with a reeded edge. Circulation and usage: these coins were widely used in commerce during the 1990s and remain common in everyday change today. Transition period: the 1996 quarter marks one of the last years before the launch of the 50-state quarters program, which began in 1999. Collectability: although common, certain high-grade or error varieties of the 1996 P quarter can be valuable to collectors. Grading and value: circulated coins are typically worth face value, but uncirculated or MS67 plus graded coins can fetch $10 to $100 or more at auctions. Proof sets: proof versions of the 1996 quarter were minted in San Francisco and are distinguishable by the S mint mark and mirror-like finish. Errors and varieties: some 1996 P quarters exhibit errors such as off-center strikes, double dies, or clipped planchettes, which can increase their value significantly. Double die obverse DDO, though rare. Some collectors have identified DDO varieties where doubling is visible on the date or inscriptions. Clipped planchette errors occur when part of the coin is missing due to improper cutting of the metal strip. These are collectible novelties. Off-center strikes: an off-center strike occurs when the coin is not properly aligned during minting, resulting in part of the design missing. 1996 P in MS65 condition: in MS65 mint state, the coin shows strong detail and minimal marks. It can be worth $5 to $20, depending on eye appeal. 1996 P in MS67 condition: coins in MS67 plus conditioned are much rarer and highly desirable to registry set collectors. Popular among beginners because of its availability and affordable price. The 1996 P quarter is popular with beginner collectors. Coin shows and auctions: these coins occasionally appear in coin shows or online auctions, especially if they are error varieties or high-grade examples. Long-term value of the 1996 P quarter isn't particularly rare. Pristine or error examples may grow in value over time. Market demand is moderate. Most interest comes from collectors seeking to complete full sets of Washington quarters. Educational importance: it serves as an educational tool for those learning about clad coinage and minting processes. Preservation tips to preserve its value: collectors store high-grade quarters in coin holders or slabs, certified by grading services like PCGs or NGC. Counterfeits and authenticity: due to the coin's low value in circulated condition, counterfeiting is rare, but authentication is still important for high-value pieces. Cultural value: the quarter symbolizes American history, strength, and democracy through its national emblem and Washington's portrait. End of an era: the 1996 quarter marks the end of an era before the U.S. Mint began producing more artistic and state-focused quarter designs. Conclusion: the 1996 P Washington quarter is a piece of American monetary history common in circulation, yet filled with collector potential when found in pristine condition or unique error varieties. Conclusion: and thanks, the 1996 P Washington quarter stands as a lasting tribute to America's founding father and the nation's rich coinage tradition. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or a curious beginner, this coin offers historical value, design beauty, and collecting potential. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the story behind the 1996 P quarter dollar. May your coin hunts be lucky and your collections grow richer every day.